welcome to this video of photographytv.com. During this episode, we're going to talk about the backgrounds in your photograph, what not to do and what you should do. Now, your background doesn't have to be an epic, unbelievable, perfect background, but it shouldn't be distracting. We'll talk about the controllables, where you can obviously just move and pick a different background or do something with your feet or a different angle, a different perspective, simple adjustments to get rid of the distractions. Those are the controllable adjustments. Then there's the non-controllable, when you have people in the background or it's just a really bad location, something that you really can't do anything about. There's still a few tips that you can do to improve the overall background. All right, so in this first example, imagine I found Shaylin, my beautiful daughter, sitting here on this stump and I wanted to take her picture. Well, if I had happened to... You're gonna be my model. Yes. So just imagine I want to take her picture. First way I find her, I look down. I don't even think about the backgrounds. Good picture, but look at the background. Just full of toys and clutter, just not a very good background. So a simple adjustment, just look around. There's obviously a lot more appealing background this way, so just move my feet, very simple. And obviously you can see a much better background just by being aware of it, thinking about it, and moving my feet a little bit. So that's a simple tip, something you can control. It's just be aware of it. There's usually a different angle or perspective that will improve the background. All right, and this next tip, a lot of times you may have the subject or child up against a wall just because they're standing there or something. And the quick tip is you'll see the difference when you separate them from the wall. Right now she's really close to the wall. You'll see it's not going to be that great of a background because she's too close to the wall. Then I'll move her away from it and show you the difference. Lean, sit up, sit it straight, sit straight. Sit straight. Oh, you okay? I got you. I got you. That's right. Here you go. Let's have you sit up straight. That way you don't fall over. Oh, you're pretty dressed. Now watch the difference when I pull her away from the wall and I just separate the background from her. There'll be a big difference. Up we go. Thank you.
Thank you, Daddy.
So I just moved her about 15 feet up, separated her from the background, and you'll see it's a much more appealing background. Oh, look at that little model. So that was a quick and simple tip. When you have someone against a background, pull them away 10, 15 feet back. It'll really make a more appealing background when you separate them and get some distance between the subject, Shaylin, and the background. Don't do silly.
Daddy, a frog.
You saw a frog? Oh, I see him.
I hold him.
You want to hold the frog?
Can see me. Come on, see me.
The frog. Shaylin wants to hold him.
What's her name?
I don't know. What do you want to call him? You ready? He's going to jump around.
No.
He's going to jump around.
Right here. Right here.
I'll put him on your lap. You want him on your lap?
Yucky.
He's not yucky. Look, there he is.
I want you to hold him.
You want to hold? Uh-oh, he's jumping around.
See it right there? I want to say cheese froggy.
Cheese froggy?
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, so for the third quick tip as it relates to controllable backgrounds, try not to have a tree or something growing out of the back of your subject's head. It's amazing how often that'll happen, and a lot of times you may not notice it. So again, be aware of the backgrounds and try not to have something growing out of the back of their head.
They have like eye hair.
You got a tree growing out of the back of your head. You don't want that.
No.
Thank you for being such a good model.
And this is Daddy and him model. Marcos.
And this is Shaylin.
And this is Daddy.
So here's a couple of examples of an uncontrollable background. Let's get started first with Shaylin. This was actually on our Disney cruise. We were out at Castaway Cay and we were in the rain. Shaylin was playing in the rain. It was really just a fun moment and I knew I could get a great candid shot. But the piece that was uncontrollable in the background is that there was just a lot of people walking through the scene. And I knew that it was still going to be a good shot, her playing in the rain, but it just wasn't going to be a great shot if I had people walking through the background. So even though that's uncontrollable, I can't direct the people and tell them where to go when I'm just taking a fun shot. But what I was able to do is just be patient. Shaylin was having a blast. I was having a fun time watching her. So I would just wait it out. And you can see I took a few shots just to try to capture the moment while I could, but there are people in the background. I couldn't control that. But by being patient and waiting just about 3 or 4 minutes longer, I was able to get this shot with nobody in the background. And the key to this shot was I was aware of the background. I was noticing the people. I was patient and waited for them to stop and just have that moment where there wasn't anybody in the shot. And as a result, I got a really great shot of Shaylin playing in the rain. And this is one of my favorite shots from that particular trip. So that's an uncontrollable moment, the people walking in the background, but I was able to just wait it out and really improve the shot by being aware of the background. Now, here's another example of an uncontrollable background. This is one that maybe just wasn't a great background. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't a great background. This is in my in-laws' backyard, just taking some fun shots of Ethan running around. And you can see, because I think it was the fall or the winter, the background was relatively dull. It just wasn't adding anything to the scene. So again, it's not a bad background or a bad shot, but it's uncontrollable, nothing I can really do in this case to improve it. So the simple adjustment you can make is go tighter on the frame. Remove the background, so to speak. In this case, just get a little bit tighter crop on Ethan playing, and you can see it just removes the background. So if it's uncontrollable, just a bad background, one option is just to remove it by going tighter on your subject. And so there you have it. Those are a few tips as it relates to the background. The most important thing is always be thinking about the background in your shot. Is there a simple adjustment that you can make by just moving to a different angle, a different perspective, or waiting just a moment for some people to clear out behind it? Whatever it is, if you're aware of the background and thinking about it, you're gonna have better shots because a clean, good-looking background really improves the overall impact of a photograph. Thanks for watching this video on photographytv.com. As a next step, I encourage you to check out this free ebook on taking better pictures, and I'll give you 10 tips on capturing the best images of your life. So click this, submit your email, and get this free ebook and join our newsletter. Thanks for watching this video on photographytv.com.